Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Rummenigge. Not the most convincing of passes. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's got away. Rummenigge! Now that is commitment to the cause. Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Lampard running with intent. Now this could be a chance. Looking to play him in. Now there's a fine ball. And the finish!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, he's been caught napping. It's a pretty loose pass. Neymar, nice control, knocks it out wide. Oh, that was vital. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. Goes for a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Tries to dink it through. Pass somewhat off target. Rummenigge is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Lahm cuts out the pass, and it's Lampard. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Barcelona
really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Oh, no circumventing this opponent. Zanetti. That ball looks a good one. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, nice touch. He's having a pop! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Zanetti. And it's Vitinha. That's a cute ball. That's good vision. He's on it. Can he get away? And the shot! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
That has ended up in no man's land. Good ball over the top. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Looking for options for movement. Neymar. And here's Doué. Goes looking wide.
Neymar really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Rummenigge, always looking for that half a chance. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Rijkaard. Lampard, never out of the action for very long. Nicely weighted ball. Thiago. Rijkaard. Now Neymar. Searching pass he's played there. Xavi Alonso. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And he's going to have his name taken. Cannavaro. And they win it back again. Now that looks a decent ball. Threads one in. Now that's a lovely exchange. Ball in. Gets his head on it! Oof, that's close, and that will be the last of it. It's half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I'm a little bit...
Barcelona can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so... That's been intercepted. Now who's going to be first to this? Thiago! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lahm.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And it tries a shot! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Out of play for a throw. And it's Xavi Alonso. Shapes to shoot! And that's a sharp finish. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Neymar. He might be in here! And this is Thiago. Caught offside that time. Xavi Alonso. Rummenigge being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running...
He's going for goal! It's in! And the comeback is complete! Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Oh, what a mistake! Marquinhos, always a very imposing presence at the back. Xavi Alonso carries the ball down the right. Olise. Rijkaard. Nice looking ball. No, that's been intercepted. Played out wide. Xavi Alonso. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Thiago. Zanetti. Elise. He's a shot. Can he finish? And he's gone backward here. Rijkaard. Neymar. And he goes cross-field.
Good ball, that too.
Zanetti pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Driving forward. He has found the way through. Well, that's well spotted. Elise. Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. That's very neat.
El dorsal 24.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
El dorsal 8. El dorsal 20.
Aims beyond the defence. Totti receives it in a wide position. Out for a throw. Kochu's cross. Khan claims it without any fuss. Deftly away. And that's been won straight back. Silvestre is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Just 5 minutes left. And it's Lahm. Can he get on the end of this?
Chelsea nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
That's a sharp pass. That is good alertness. Can he get it through? Cannavaro clears without hesitation.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Looking for the run. Hoisted in.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And that is that. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, in all honesty, Peter, this
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
So we're very much on the way now.
This is a promising build-up.
Adriano. It's Neymar!
And he was there to get a vital touch. Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now that's well seen too. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Schneider.
Oh, super ball.
Lampard!
He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Chelsea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. There's the shot!
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Schneider is hailing after that one. And he's intervened well there.
Adriano, man they call Imperatore, the Emperor.
Indeed, when he gets his game in good order, he is pretty much untouchable with that monster of a left foot.
Can't be a showstopper, that. Right card. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Now, can they get him away?
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Oh, delightful ball. Oh, look at the space here. Goes for a shot! Oh, it's a vicious effort.
If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Lahm.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Lampard.
It's their second corner of the game. McAllister deals with that comfortably. And now a sudden chance to counter. No, that's been intercepted.
Barcelona are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Zanetti.
Yhon, nice looking ball. Pass somewhat off target. Looking for the run. Now this could be a chance. He might be it, and the shot!
Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Lahm is looking to influence the game from out wide. And here's Rashford. And this is Neymar. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's McAllister. Yamal. Forced to go back. It's Neymar! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
And here's McAllister. Spread out to the left. It's a good... Oh, good line! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. Punched away. Neymar's cross. Xavi Alonso is always scanning the pitch for targets. Cross flung and a header! And it's a goal! A goal at a really telling moment. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Chelsea are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Chelsea are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And here's Neymar. He'll try from distance! And that brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Barcelona currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So right back into the action.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Lampard, played over towards the opposite flank. Got a throw in. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well. And
Neymar! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
So, third corner of the game. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Thuram, looking for a runner, chips it through, and he's quick to get rid. Yamal, Haaland, Schneider, and here's the chance to counter. And it's Lahm, looking to play him in, Schneider. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Knocks it out wide. Lampard. Barcelona still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Cross, impressive jump! Rijkaard. Yhon, it's a searching pass. Haaland is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Yamal, he's shifting through the gears here. And he can thump it away. Xavi Alonso tries to pass it through. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And that is expertly dealt with. McAllister, chance, surely! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 21, el dorsal 3 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 9, el dorsal 20.
Oh, that's a great run he's made from deep.
Cambio de jugadores.
Out towards the flank. Now here's the delivery. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Barcelona still have the cards to affect this game. He has found the way through. Plays it across.
When it's delivered there.
And a chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
McAllister is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And he's quick to get rid. And they win it back again. Tries to play it through. Can he finish? And there's a goal. Barcelona are back in business. There was to be only one outcome.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Has a look and plays it forward. Kirkchu, foot in.
Chelsea really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Dembele wants to run onto this. He's had it taken off him. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Kirkchu. Doué. And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, there's a probing ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now that looks a decent ball. He leaps for it!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Silvestre spots it and intercepts. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, super find. And that will be it. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So, overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Hernes gets into a good position. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That's an imaginative pass. And he's picked out the run. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, that's well seen too. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting.
Shot, surely! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Dembele is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Neymar goes short, and that's aimed into the middle. He's there and gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Back where it came from. Out towards the flank. Ibrahimovic. Oh, shooting chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Taken back almost at once. Doué has crossed. Oh, good climb! He's scored! Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Elise's cross. Good read, needed to be. Seedorf plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And there's the shot! Oh, full marks for that effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Elise, now it's Ibrahimovic, looking to pass their way up the pitch. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Looking for the run. Big chance! And there's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Probing pass. Good ball over the top. That's really well cleared. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Played out wide. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Seedorf. Tries to play it through. Seedorf is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more.
He's having a shot! And it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
A case now of complete control.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And he's quick to return it. Now the cross.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Análisis. And it's Doué. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, perfectly measured. It's Rashford! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Ibrahimovic finds himself offside. Vitinha. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. That's Cannavaro. Baresi. More and more pressure on the ball here.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Aimed beyond the defence. Cross goes in there. Vitinha. And it's Yaya Toure. Looking for options for movement. And he's had a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Habrá 2 minutos de
It's a
descuento.
pretty loose pass. Tries one from range. And that's off target.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
It's a searching pass. Can he get it through? It's a good ball out wide. Now here's the delivery. And the keeper gets his hands on it. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So right back into the action.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind, and they deserve to be. But they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out.
Tries from distance. And how did he not make it four?
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And that's a dangerous ball. Great challenge, time to perfection. Now it's Yaya Toure. Great vision. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Neymar. Seedorf. Yaya Toure. Shifted it to the flank. And the pass is intercepted. And that is well cleared. Dembele being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Now it's Neymar. Nicely weighted ball. Some resolute defending there. Almost an hour gone. Well read, nice interception. Análisis. Now, can they get him away? Cannavaro. Yaya Toure. Here's Vitinha. And it's Doué. That pass has been well intercepted. And this is Dembele. Rijkaard. This is a promising build-up. And here's Rashford. Stood up well to him there. Neymar. Spread it left. That's a cute ball. That looks a cracking ball. Shoots! And yes, it's there! They're back within reach! Simplicity itself.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
En el minuto 69, el dorsal 23. Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
So
9.
changes a foot here, and from both sides. Barcelona may be down, but not out just yet.
El dorsal 4.
And here's Aubameyang.
Fabio Cannavaro. Serán
I have to
sustituidos
say,
por
that was an
el dorsal
exemplary
11.
tackle. Stopped
El
him
dorsal
dead in his
24.
tracks.
Thiago.
Neymar.
El dorsal 2.
Neymar! And he stuck it away.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
And now he has two.
Marcó en el minuto 72.
And a really good game is threatening to break out here.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Look at the space here. And Aubameyang! It's in! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Chelsea go up by 2 and are looking good.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Kukçu, Aubameyang, Albert Ferrer, knocks it into space. Neymar.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, super find. Hoeneß. And he was alert to it. And it's been hooked away. Kukçu. Kaká. And it's Xabi Alonso. Knocks it out wide. Ibrahimovic takes a shot! And that's a sharp finish. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Chelsea visibly comfortable, now up by 3. Kukçu is always looking to break lines. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now he's got space here. Hoeneß. Looking to play him in. Always onto this. That's at the end. Barcelona cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
One-sided and only one winner, Peter. The players didn't show enough togetherness and it was weak throughout.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We're up and running then. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
And I think it's going to be hard, Peter, not to pick out the very talented Michael Elise here. We love his creativity and his ability to drift inside and find a little bit of space and then do serious damage. But potential was always in his game from a very young age, and he's realising that potential now, and he really is growing into something quite devastating.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Neymar. That's an excellent interception.
Looking for options for movement.
Alonso.
Well timed, excellent interception. Pressing high and with purpose.
Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Turan. Seedorf. Now, can they get him away? Hoeneß is in a really good position out wide. Rijkaard clears it away. Olise was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And back to the goalkeeper. Nicely shaped ball. Played in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Aubameyang! It's loose and there's a... Oh, he's been caught napping. And that's aimed in. And a header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Lahm is looking to influence the game from out wide. And it's Seedorf. Neymar. Neither side yet able to find the net. He won't be happy with that one. Marquinhos. Barcelona do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Half an hour played now. It's Seedorf. Hoeneß. A lot of space ahead of... There's the shot! Goal! Barcelona! The first significant strike. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
The first breakthrough.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Where it came from.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. And he was quick to react. No, again, there's no way through. Hoeneß has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And here's Aubameyang.
Barcelona can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Oh, played through for the wide man. Lahm gets across to intercept that. Olise. Steaming on. Olise! He's got a goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Hoeneß, who's short.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Olise.
Olise receives it in a wide position. He's got away.
And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Chelsea get the second half started.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Shot a goal!
Seedorf
Conjures time and space where few can. Oh, he's found support out wide. Pass somewhat off target. Lahm, not the most accurate pass.
Barcelona clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. That pass isn't the best. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly didn't help them.
Tries one from range. Fantastic from Olise. About as smooth as it gets. And the comeback is complete. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly. I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on?
Real chance! It's in! And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Chelsea are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Chelsea now in a position far more desirable.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's Neymar. He's having a pop! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Succumbs to the pressure. Chips it through. Lahm. It's a throw-in.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 21, el dorsal 97, Aubameyang.
Played towards the other side. Barcelona perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And here's Neymar. Spread neatly. Hernes. Xabi Alonso might just make this.
Pretty robust defending.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried. And it's Xabi Alonso. It's Neymar! Oh, it rattles the bar! And he's denied! Dealt with nicely by the defence. Can he finish? Yhon. And he's being shifted off it. Lampard. Can he get on the end of this? Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Yhon is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's Neymar. Closing in on goal. Ernest. Rummenigge. Could move up a gear here. Ernest, who's set up one goal so far. Xabi Alonso. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Chance! And that really should have been that.
Well, it was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
They've played it short. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And now they can spring out of defence. That's destined for the flank. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, shooting chance! Another one of football's and how moments.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Olise! It's hit the upright. Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Threads one in. That has been cut short. Looking to play him in. That is good alertness. All in towards them. There's the header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Seedorf. And the number on the board is 3. Lampard, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Oh, he's having a go! No, just not quite.
Lamine Yamal has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
That should be it. That will be it. Barcelona, pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
And the mood is shapes to shoot! And he couldn't quite find the target.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact. Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
And it's Lampard. Ibrahimovic! He's scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Pinches it off him. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And here's Aubameyang. He's having a pop! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And he's quick to snatch it back. Yhon. And here's Aubameyang. Showing great feet there.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Thuram.
Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
That is ended up in no man's land. Silvestre. Looking tidy in possession here. And he's quick to return it. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, it rattles the bar! Ernest to Thiago. Played towards the other side.
Good switch, that.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Ambitious ball here. And it's made its way to him. He has found the way through. Now this could be a chance. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. That's put paid to the danger. And it's Aubameyang. Nicked it back promptly. Quality ball. Neymar. Lam is looking to influence the game from out wide. Over to the right flank. Oh, he's found support out wide. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's a cute ball. Cannavaro wins the duel this time. He's a sharp little ball here. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Vitinha does really well there. He is strong. And he's going to have his name taken.
Neymar. Oh, that is a nice touch.
Barcelona certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Oh, and the shot! It's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to